Welcome to Will Read. My name is Will. Today I'm reading The Rag and Bone Shop of the Heart, Poems for Men, by Robert Bly, James Hillman, and Michael Meade. War. And the young ones? In the coffins. Miguel Hernandez. And the coffins rest on coffins in the worldwide fields of war, for all wars end in funerals, and only funerals end a war. Marching off to war also begins the funeral march. As every ear lifts to hear the rumors of war, the coffin makers hear the call. Every battalion steps off under the two-sided banner, marching to death, marching to life. The young ones, compelled from within to march into life, wanting to feel fully alive, don't see the death side of the banner. The young, filled with dreams of immortality, can't feel that the death side could claim them. The old know better, whether they say it or not. They've seen the other side of the banner. They've heard the other voice of the First World War. Bent double like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched to sleep. Many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshot. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind. Wilfred Owen. The elders know of this blind, limping march of beggars who carry the banners back. When the elders don't speak what they know of their war, they simply grow old, and the war begins calling the next generation. When the dead are given no voice, are no longer remembered to the society, the next generation is already sidestepping to the next war. When the body count in battles is changed or withheld, those bodies don't count, and the marching orders for the next generation are being prepared. Everything that can be said of war above the ground has been said. The screaming missiles are given play-by-play send-offs by TV commentators at launch sites, and fellow commentators describe their arrival in stricken lands. The non-stop chatter of justification and explanation from leaders and experts rattles on beyond human comprehension and human decency. This great white noise is not the only voice of the war. After the generals, the tanks, the cameras, and the news teams have moved on to fresh fields, the voice of war roars and weeps from behind, from below. Below the victory speeches, the voice of war is speaking from the torn earth, from broken walls, from coffins, from mausoleum bunkers in the deserts of the Middle East, from the basements of Dubrovnik, in speaking. From the Black Wall in Washington, D.C., the voice of the Vietnam War is still speaking its litany of American dead, names that descend into the ground as if to pull America down from the skies, away from TV monitors, as if to pull America deeper into the earth, as if to slow the haste of America through the weight of its war dead. The names of the young in their coffins no longer serve as a base to uphold war statues that rise in sad victories in disheveled city parks. The descending litany carries the names of families from the world over, now become Americans marching down where they finally meet in equality in the land below. It is equal to living in a tragic land, to live in a tragic time. Wallace Stevens. The voice of war speaks from the families that lost sons and daughters. I had a son. He disappeared into the vaulted darkness one Friday of All Souls. Federico Garcia Lorca. And the war continues to speak in the nightmares of victors and vanquished alike. Now it speaks from the homeless haunts of veterans returned from war, never finding home, each the sole witness of his own homecoming, wandering, hearing, in no metaphorical way, the awful chorus of sewer anisettes, orphans writhing in their cribs. When the awful chorus that attends the end of war is denied by the pretend parades of victory, when the chorus of lament is silenced in favor of forgetting, the war is calling to the next generation. These poems are the other voice of war, the chorus of laments, rages, warnings, cries, and prayers. These are the landmarks left behind, the shrapnel, the ruins, the unexploded bombs, and the unfinished sentences of war. Ultimately, poets must speak the truth, even when no one listens. Poets must speak some truth or lose their language. Here the poets speak as old dirge mothers, as funeral fathers who remind the living, who don't forget the dead. But in another year we will mourn you, whose fossil courage fills the limestone histories, brave, ignorant, amazed, dead in the rice paddies, dead on the nameless hills. Thomas McGrath, MJM.